Well, hello there. My name is Louise Page, and I am a singer-songwriter of Midtown Memphis, Tennessee. And I am here to welcome you to MidtownMemphis.org's Mojo Awards. Welcome. As you can see, it looks a little different this year. We are gathering via computer screen, but that's lovely too. I'm also out here repping my Midtown Memphis. I got jewelry by Sarah Day, a Midtowner, and I'm wearing a fabulous jumpsuit from the Ivory Closet. So my name's Louise Page, and if you want to support me, my Venmo and my Instagram are both at Wheezy Page. I believe that will appear on the screen. So feel free to send me $1 or a nice message if you enjoy what you hear. I'd like to start out with a tune called Simple Sugar, and all of the tunes that you hear are original songs by me. Thank you for listening. Well, I've been burning myself to the ground to keep him warm, and every time it rains I drown, 'cause I miss shelter from the storm. I can't be your simple sugar anymore. Well, I can't be your simple sugar anymore. Well, I've been burning myself to the ground to keep him warm, and every time it rains I drown, 'cause I miss shelter from the storm. I can't be your simple sugar anymore. Well, I can't be your simple sugar anymore. And I'm just trying to save someone, but I've gotta stop making humans my home. So I'm learning to let him go. If there's a soul to save, it might just be my own. If I've got light to give, I might just have to glow. And I can't ever bloom if you won't let me grow. Oh, I can't be your simple sugar. Let me go. Well, I've yet to meet someone who's comfortable with a woman who won't be tamed. If you dare to be bright and wild, they want to domesticate you and put you in a cage. I can't be your simple sugar, babe. Well, I can't be your simple sugar, baby. Saccharine kisses are exhausting me. Sugar packets littered on your scars. I'm tired of shrinking into paper packaging. Darling, quit your sugar high. I want some lonesome sleep. And I'm just trying to save someone, but I've gotta stop making humans my home. So I'm learning to let him go. If there's a soul to save, it might just be my own. If I've got light to give, I might just have to glow. And I can't ever bloom if you won't let me grow. Oh, I can't be your simple sugar. Let me go. Simple sugar, let me go. much, y'all. So, I'd like to share some of my favorite things about Midtown. I've lived in Midtown for 8 years now. So many of my happiest memories from the past 8 years take place in Midtown. But I think my favorite thing about Midtown is all of the amazing live music there is to be found everywhere. I didn't play out and about until about 4 years ago. So the 4 years prior, I was just going to every single live music event that I could find and making friends and bothering the bartenders. And I'll always really associate Midtown Memphis with music. And I'm so thankful to have sort of discovered my passion for performance in Midtown. And I'm grateful to Midtown for continuing to host me and have me even in this virtual realm. I'm still being supported by Midtown, so thank you so much for that. All right, I got another tune for you right now, and you'll see my face again at the tail end of everything. I'll sing you out. This next song I actually wrote during quarantine, so this is some fresh, new, exclusive material for you. Hoping to get it recorded soon, but for now you can only hear it here. So this next song is brand new and it's called Stranger. I know you think I'm strange, better than morally ambiguous, boring or betrayed. But the truth behind our certainties either grows or it decays. We change, we're exactly the same. What if I'd stayed? Could I have explained? Or would we just have felt strange? Stranger, come on and let me see your face. Oh, stranger, it's getting stranger every day. Stranger, come on and let me see your pretty face. Oh, stranger, it's getting stranger, stranger. Strange. You know I think you're strange. Heartstrings tangled up on a puppeteer stage, somehow still intact when I fly far away. 'Cause one night is a lifetime, all those years were just a game, and then there's your face, and I feel suddenly strange. It's strange. Stranger, come on and let me see your face. Stranger, it's getting stranger every day. Stranger, come on and let me see your pretty face. Oh, stranger, it's getting stranger, stranger every day. It's strange, stranger every day. Stay. I'm too afraid of a cage. I admit it, I'm afraid. I'm I'm exactly the same. I'm irrevocably changed. And my heart may have grown, but it may have decayed. It's strange. Stranger every day. Oh, it's strange. It's stranger every day. It's strange. So stranger, come on and let me see that face. Oh, stranger, it's getting stranger, stranger every day. Stranger every day. It's strange, stranger every day. Thank you so much.
All right, nice, beautiful, sweet.
Is it good?
So that was the one and only Louise Page. Thank you, Louise. Beautiful performance. So stay tuned at the end of our happy hour today as Louise will be back to close out our program. Louise Page's appearance here is brought to you by Central Gardens Neighborhood Association. Located in the heart of Midtown Memphis, Tennessee, Central Gardens aims to be the premier historic residential neighborhood in the Mid-South. Find them at centralgardens.org. So thank you, Central Gardens, and thank you to Louise Page. Thank you. So welcome to the Mojo of Midtown Awards Happy Hour. The Mojo Midtown Award event is the annual fundraiser of MidtownMemphis.org, which was formerly known as the Midtown Memphis Development Corporation. MidtownMemphis.org is a 501c3 nonprofit group with a mission to promote the economic development, cultural activities, recreational choices, and historical integrity of Midtown Memphis. We welcome donations to support our work at MidtownMemphis.org. So today, we present one of our 2020 Mojo of Midtown Awards to the Memphis College of Art. MidtownMemphis.org is pleased to honor the Memphis College of Art MCA with the Mojo of Midtown Award for 84 years of sending fine art students of all kinds into our community and into the world. It's a long legacy. It's a legacy that we certainly all wish could be much longer, of course, so this is a bit bittersweet. A magnet for the artistic among us, MCA drew students from around town as well as from the Delta and beyond. Jeanne Seagle has been a revered Memphis artist for decades. She visited from Jackson, Mississippi while still a high school student, when she first visited from Jackson, Mississippi while as a high school student. And Jeanne is with us today to not only talk about the legacy of the Memphis College of Art, the MCA, the Arts College, but who is also here to retrieve and receive the Midtown of Mojo Award on MCA's behalf.
Yeah.
Jeanne Seagle, congratulations on MCA and the receipt of the 2020 Mojo of Midtown Award.
Oh, thank you. I am honored.
So, Jeanne, we see the Mojo Award behind you.
Oh, yes, you can see
display. Your Karen Caps. We always love to see how creative she got.
Yes. In fact, Emily Bishop just delivered it to me about 10 minutes ago. So
how cool! That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I'm glad it will be in my possession for a little while. But I think there are probably others who are more deserving than me to have possession of this, but I am just so glad to have it for a little while. And it's a Karen Caps original, which is very special and beautiful.
Exactly.
Yes, truth be told, for the awards ceremony at Circuit Playhouse back in March, we really wanted to have a very strong contingent of former MCA alum and administrators for the last couple of years to really be there to give the college and all of you a proper send-off.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would Yeah, it would have been really, but here we are. Here we are.
Yeah,
So we can at
Yeah.
least have a chance to talk about the college and all that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're delighted you're here.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here. And I always love thinking about the Art Academy is what, that was what it was called when I went there. And I had gone a couple of years to an all girls school in Mississippi, MSCW, Mississippi State College for Women. And I was so ready to come to the big city of Memphis to an art school. It was just like heaven to me to come and be here with my kind of people, just to be surrounded with artists. It was truly one of the best times of my life. And I have wonderful memories of it, of all the people that were friends and of art projects that we did and teachers, and just the whole experience was just so wonderful for me. So much so, that I have stayed in Memphis. I live within walking distance of the college and have been associated with it in one way or another all through these years. I graduated in 1972 from the Art Academy. And when I made that visit in high school, the building was just one tower. And while in the years intervening, they built the second tower. So just that first visit was so great in high school. There were lots of beatniks hanging out and in this building, and that really impressed me. By the time I got here, though, the beatniks had changed to hippies. So,
Right. Of course.
but I was so lucky to be here when all of the great teachers that were instrumental in starting the school were here. Ted Rust was here, and he was just such a wonderful man. He knew everybody's name, and he would wander around the school and say hello to the students, and was a very benign and loving presence. And Burton Callicut was one of my teachers.
Wow.
Vita Reed was one of my teachers. Um, uh, Bill Robeson, Henry Easterwood. They were just wonderful, wonderful teachers, and I think they loved their students too. I know we loved them, and a lot of these guys retired the same year that I graduated in 1972. That was the year that Ted retired. Ted Fairs, and I think Burton Callicut also retired that year. So I got to know these really kind of legends, and
Yeah.
I was so lucky.
Yeah, no doubt. You guys sound like it was a family, and you were there with some heavyweights,
Oh yeah, well, there were only about 100 kids going to school there. I think there might have been maybe 20 or 25 people in my class. So we did get to know everybody. And, I think that was really a wonderful thing.
Yeah, when you talk about the MCA alum, and especially, or many of the faculty members, the word legend that you used is very appropriate because, you hear or see these names as it relates to just not just Midtown, but of Memphis in general. And, I have, in some of the interviews I've done in the past with MCA alum and faculty, MCA has such a lasting, huge legacy and impact on not just, of course, Midtown, but of Memphis. Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. When I think of all of the MCA alumni that are walking around in Midtown, of course, a lot of people left, went to New York or someplace else too, but all those years of students coming out of there, and it seems like it doesn't matter how old that person is or when they graduated, there's still this bond between us. We're all kind of alike. I've gotten acquainted with some young, recent MCA graduates, and I just feel like I have so much in common with them. They're just like the kids that I knew when I was going to school there. We all care so much about art. There's a kind of a special language, that artists share. We understand where each other is coming from, and then somebody else just might think we're kind of flaky or crazy, you know, those crazy artists. But so it's just wonderful to have this kind of community, and I'm really going to miss that. In the years to come, there are not going to be any art students coming from the College of Art, and I'm going to miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to say that, Aero Creative is one organization, for example, that has really tried to carry on the legacy. They're doing an online version of the Holiday Bazaar this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
So I was going to mention that I was going to disagree with you in the word flaky with regard to artists.
You're a creator.
Creator. Well, also, MCA, the student body, faculty, everyone involved with MCA is really actually part of the foundation, part of the strong fabric of Midtown in Memphis. So I would disagree. I would disagree with the word flaky. I said no foundation.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to hear you say
that. Yeah. I mean, the city is such a creative city, so being an art student, hey, that's a part of our world when it comes to Memphis. I look at MCA as just pushing out a lot of really talented people. So speaking of talent, I mean, you as a professional, you've done quite well for yourself, right?
Well, it's been a long, long, long road.
Well, that's a part of the process, right? Yeah. That's a part of the process. So share with us, some of the work that you've done, like say for some of our popular hospitals here in Memphis. We can see some of your sculptures over at St. Jude and over at Methodist University, So how did you land those gigs?
Oh, well, it took quite a while. I had been working as an illustrator. That was my major in college, was illustration. Yeah. Although I really wanted to be a painter. But my father influenced me to major in something where I could make some money. So I had been an illustrator. I had been working for the ad agency, John Malmo, and also I was a freelance illustrator. And after 15 years of doing that kind of work, of the deadlines, staying up all night, doing projects, for chicken sales and grocery stores and things like that, I really wanted to move on. And I had a studio down at Martial Arts down in the Edge neighborhood. And at that time, it was very bleak and dreary there. It's a lot of empty buildings, and just Madison Avenue was just a kind of a ghost town. And I thought it would be a great idea to put some mosaics down there. I had recently been to Philadelphia, where in their old forgotten neighborhood, warehouse neighborhood, an artist had started putting mosaics all over everything. And I thought that would be a great idea. And just about at that time, urban art started up, the percentage for art for every new project. And they were building a trolley line. And I applied to decorate the trolley stops with mosaics. Okay. And so I was awarded that commission. And unfortunately, and so I worked a couple of years cutting mosaic tile and putting large mosaics together, and ended up doing 2 trolley stops on Madison Avenue, which
Beautiful.
unfortunately no longer run, but the trolley stops are still there. And I don't know if anybody has ever really seen these trolley stops. It doesn't get very much traffic because there are trolley rails there.
So what end of Madison are they located?
Well, one is right behind Sun Studio.
Okay.
At Orleans, and it celebrates Sun Studio, and it also celebrates the Art Academy. Because the Art Academy started in an old mansion a couple of blocks away from Madison Avenue.
Right. Yeah.
So I have 2 columns, and one is all about Sun Studio musicians, and one column is about the early founders of the Art Academy, which later became the College of Art. And in fact, I was just down there last week repairing some of the tiles. Some of the tiles have popped up, and so I have been down there on the trolley stop. Well, I would hang out on the trolley stop every day and putting tiles on, the columns, and people would drive by and see me. And a couple of the people that saw me were sculptors who, saw my dedication. I was out there, rain or shine. I was out there in all weather, standing there putting these tiles on the trolley stop. And about that time, Le Bonheur Hospital was building their new hospital building. And the CEO went to one of these sculptors who had been driving past my trolley stop and approached him about doing a sculpture for Le Bonheur Hospital, something that would appeal to children. And that was not his kind of gig, so he recommended me. Oh, wow. And so, Le Bonheur Hospital called me up and said, can you do a 16-foot tall mosaic sculpture in 1 year? And I said, well, sure. Right. But inside I was going, oh my God, how could I ever do this? I mean, it's the most time consuming thing in the world to cut tiles. And so I ended up getting another person to help me, and who was the project manager. She hired 8 people to adhere tiles to this sculpture, and together we all built this I Can Fly sculpture that is in the lobby of Le Bonheur. After that, once you get your foot in the door, it's much easier to get another project. So after that, I designed a sculpture to commemorate the genome project at St. Jude Hospital. And that, again, is a 16-foot tall double helix of the genome sequence, and with little kids hanging off this kind of playground looking sculpture. Mm-hmm. And after that, I went on to do paintings that are in the Methodist University Hospital. But I'm so proud of all that work. Yeah, I love doing it, for one thing. And it is so meaningful to have work in a hospital. Yeah. When we went into St. Jude, especially, there were endless halls of just kind of a grayish or white halls with no decoration down in the basement. And I was part of a team that muralized all of that too. Yeah. And those patients and the employees were just so grateful and just expressed their gratitude constantly, which was just wonderful for all of us artists. And I know, especially for the I Can Fly sculpture, that brings some joy to everyone that goes there. And that's just so incredibly gratifying to me. So that was probably, and also it was just so much fun to work with other artists too. One of the things that had happened in my life was being an artist usually means being alone in your studio. It's a lonely deal. And with all these projects, I worked with other people, and that was really fun. So, yes,
I'm grateful that you're here. That's what I call true girl power.
Yes, yes.
And you were doing it back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that the joy you speak to, the joy that that these works of art bring, it would be interesting to kind of like on a GPS identify all the works of art that are all over town that come from MCA students, over the years.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think you could paint a picture of a map that would be just tremendous with all the spots. And I mean, talk about a legacy,
Yes, that's a great idea. And we owe a lot of that to the Urban Arts Commission. There were murals around, a few murals around Memphis, but we had very, very little public art. About all we had were those Civil War soldiers on horses,
Yeah.
and now there is so much that's all over the place. It really is gratifying, and we need a lot more too.
I have to ask you, because I've had these discussions with various now former faculty and students about MCA's closing. The word trauma has been mentioned in some of these conversations. How do you feel personally about, I mean, I know it's heartbreaking, but has it affected you personally? Do you feel the loss?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I went through all the stages of grief when we found out about it it was about 2 years ago that it was announced. That first I couldn't believe that was happening. No, it can't happen. It can't happen. We can save it. And it's been several years, so it's not on the forefront of my mind now. But for many, many months, it was on the forefront of my mind. It's just very depressing. It's like, I'm just so jealous of other people to go to college and they have an alma mater, and I don't have an alma mater anymore. Plus, I like to hang out there. They have wonderful art shows, and I go to the art shows, and I taught there, and I love teaching there. I mean, everything about it was just, so it was part of my home, and it's like losing a treasured member of my family, and I feel adrift without my family. But I'm excited about the metal museum going in there. I think that's going to be, I'm so glad that is going to continue to be an art facility, an art museum. I'm sure they'll have a sculpture garden on the ground.
Definitely.
No question.
That will be wonderful. That will be so wonderful. And of course, we have all these new sculptures that have been built in the park in the last few years. So that should just be and it will be an even better place, I think, with the metal museum going in there. Of course, I don't know what painters, what are painters going to do, and
well, I think collectively that everyone involved with the project can probably figure something out there.
Well, so I think there are small schools opening up. For instance, the Flicker Street studio has opened to kind of fill a niche for art education, and of course U of M has a wonderful art department too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just not the same. But I am hopeful.
Yes.
You know, that's a new chapter will
There you go.
begin. You know, so
Absolutely.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called collaboration. We look forward to collaborating with a lot of different artists
Yeah.
throughout the city to be able to come over to the Metal Museum, and also another opportunity for you to come over and hang out in space that
yeah.
you're so familiar with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, I have my husband's a sculptor, so I know he's going to be hanging out there, and have a lot of sculptor friends too, you know, that
Good
will
deal.
be there. So
Good deal.
yeah, so that's exciting. You know, it is interesting how life just keeps moving on, and
Yeah.
things end, and then other thing that makes way for new things to start.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful for that. But I am very sad that there's no more College of Art too. So
Yeah, I think you speak on behalf of many, many people. That's for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I know we're all distraught, but you know, it is a wonderful. I'm so glad for this.
There you go.
This is really
Wait
neat.
for us again, Jeanne.
So, Jeanne, yes. So we were going to say thank you so much for being here to receive it and to talk about the college. Show us the award one more time, if you would.
Okay. Well, it looks a lot bigger than it. Let's see. I'll put it back here.
There you go. How
It's,
cool.
yes.
How cool.
It is wonderful, and it's extremely well made too. I have to hand it to Karen Capps, and she has lots of little tiny details on here that you can't see
Yeah.
on the screen. But
Jeanne Seagle, congratulations on behalf of Memphis College of Art. You got your mojo.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeanne. It's been a pleasure.
It sure has. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So once again, this video event is being produced by the OAM Network in Exora, Memphis. Be sure to check out pod901.com for all your video and audio needs. Exora and OAM are located in the Crosstown area on Cleveland Street. Please check them out. And thanks again to the Central Gardens Neighborhood Association for their generous sponsorship of our musical guest, Louise Page. And thanks once again to Jane Ellen White of Memphis Travel and the Memphis Music Hub for all her hard work with our featured musicians. And join us next time for the final Mojo Award Presentation Happy Hour, a surprise award being handed out to a rather well-known Memphian and Midtowner, with music from musical guests John Paul Keith. And finally, to take us out tonight, we give it right back to tonight's musical guest, Louise Page. Take it away, Louise.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to MidtownMemphis.org's Mojo Awards. Congratulations to all of our award recipients. My name is Louise Page, and again, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Venmo at Wheezy Page. And I am going to play you out with a fun song. It is a disco dance jam, so if you have any ants in your pants and you want to get up and dance, that's encouraged, but nobody will know either way. So this song is called Future Runaway Bride. Well, you'll never love her, and you never could, but your intentions were good. Your intentions were good. She'll never trust you, she never could, but your intentions were good. Your intentions were good. Future runaway bride, another joyride. Someday she'll justify, someday she'll go. Future runaway bride, a joyride. Someday she'll justify, someday she'll go. Well, don't love without lying, don't lay without love. Does it feel like enough? Does it feel like enough? She'll always manage. You're just a bandage. Does it feel like enough? Does it feel like enough? Future runaway bride, another joyride. Someday she'll justify, someday she'll go. Future runaway bride, a joyride. Someday she'll justify, someday she'll go. She'll go, she'll go. Well, don't ask her if she do, 'cause I promise she don't. She's a beautiful devil. She's an angel who fell, baby. She'll put you through hell. She's gonna put you through hell. You're no saint either. You don't deserve to keep her, 'cause you put her through hell. Yeah, you put her through hell. Future runaway bride, a joyride. She'll justify, someday she'll go. Future runaway bride, a joyride. She'll justify, someday she'll go. She'll go, she'll go. Well, don't ask her if she do, 'cause I promise she don't. Well, a runaway bride, joyride. She'll justify, she'll go. Future runaway bride, a joyride. She'll justify, someday she'll go. She'll go, she'll go. Well, don't ask her if she do, 'cause I promise she don't, she don't, she don't. Thank you so much. Have a great night, all. Drive safe. Just kidding. You're already home.